I always thought my life was simple, and honestly I liked it that way. I don't need much, I used to tell people. I just need the people I love. But whenever I said that, someone would glance at my older brother Lucas like he was the real example of success. And maybe he was. He had the money, the reputation, the charm. I didn't mind being in his shadow. I just wanted to live quietly with Mia, the girl I'd loved since college. I thought she felt the same. I thought she saw me, not him. I was wrong. That night, everything felt off the moment I stepped onto the driveway. I heard laughter, soft at first, then sharper. It hit me because it sounded like hers. I moved closer, confused, and stopped when I saw Lucas's luxury car parked at the corner. The engine was on. The inside light glowed faintly, and their silhouettes were leaning too close. "Mia?" I whispered, but the sound came out shaky. She laughed again, louder this time, and something inside me cracked. I stepped closer, and the moment I reached the window, the laughter died. Mia's eyes widened. Lucas didn't even flinch. He looked at me like he'd been expecting this. "What are you doing here?" Mia said, her voice small. "I live here," I said. "What are you doing in his car?" Lucas smirked. "Relax, Ethan. We were just talking." I tried to keep my voice steady, but it broke anyway. "Talking? At this hour? In your car?" Mia sighed and pushed her hair back. "Don't make this dramatic. I was going to tell you." "Tell me what?" "That I deserve a better life," she said, and her words landed like a punch. "Lucas can give me that." I stared at her, stunned. "A better life? Mia, I gave you everything I had." "And it wasn't enough," Lucas added. "Come on, little bro, don't act surprised." My chest felt tight. "You?" I whispered. "Of all people, you?" Lucas shrugged. "She chose me. You should be happy for us." "Happy?" My hands trembled so hard I had to squeeze them into fists. "I trusted you," I said. "Both of you." Mia looked away. "I didn't mean to hurt you, Ethan." "But you did," I said. "And you knew you would." Lucas laughed under his breath. "Don't be soft. This is life." I felt the world spinning, but I forced myself to stay still. If I moved, I was afraid I would break. "I hope you get everything you want," I said quietly. "I really do." Then I walked away before they could see the tears burning in my eyes. I didn't want to hear another excuse. I didn't want to hear Lucas gloat or Mia justify choosing money over love. I stepped into the rain, letting it wash over me while my heart felt like it was falling apart piece by piece. Every step hurt. Every breath hurt. "Ethan," a familiar voice called. I looked up and saw Ava running toward me with an umbrella. "Hey, what happened? Why are you out here like this?" I couldn't answer. My voice was gone. She grabbed my arm. "Look at me. Talk to me." I shook my head, but she wouldn't let go. "Ethan," she said softly, "tell me what happened." I swallowed hard. "They're together," I whispered. "Mia and Lucas." Her eyes widened with pure shock. "No. No, she wouldn't, he wouldn't, Ethan, I'm so sorry." I covered my face with my hands, and the sound that came out of me didn't feel human. Ava wrapped her arms around me. "Let it out," she murmured. "Just let it out." "I loved her," I managed to say. "I loved her more than anything." "I know," she whispered. "I know you did." The rain kept falling, cold and heavy, but Ava's voice helped me breathe. I didn't know how long we stood there. Minutes, maybe hours. Eventually, she helped me walk to Uncle Ray's workshop nearby, where the lights were still on. When he saw us enter, Uncle Ray frowned. "What happened to you, boy? You look like you've been hit by a truck." I sat down, exhausted. Ava answered for me. "Lucas and Mia, they betrayed him." Uncle Ray's jaw tightened. "That idiot boy of mine," he muttered. "I warned him his pride would ruin everything." I stared at the floor. "It's my fault," I said. "I wasn't enough." Uncle Ray slammed his hand on the table. "Don't say that. You hear me? You are worth more than both of them combined." Ava nodded. "He's right. You didn't lose anything tonight." "They did." I let their words sink in slowly, painfully. My heart still felt ripped open, but something else began to form beneath the pain. Something sharp, something cold. "I'm not going to forget this," I said. "I'm not going to be the same after this." Ava touched my shoulder. "What are you going to do?" I looked up, letting the last tear fall. "I'm going to change," I said. "This betrayal, it won't break me. It will rebuild me." And in that moment, I meant every word. The next few days felt like walking through smoke. I barely slept. Every time I closed my eyes, I heard Mia's voice saying she deserved a better life, and Lucas's stupid laugh echoing right behind it. My hands wouldn't stop shaking and eating felt impossible. Ava kept checking on me, but even when she talked, it felt like I was underwater. One morning she knocked on my door so hard I had to open it. "Ethan, you look like you haven't slept in weeks," she said. "I'm fine," I lied. My voice cracked. "You're not," she pressed. "Come on. Shower. Work will distract you." I didn't want to go, but sitting in my room made everything worse. So I forced myself to get dressed and walked with her to the office. The moment I entered, Mr. Grant spotted me. "You're late," he said, sharp as always. "Sorry," I murmured. "Rough morning." He studied my face for a moment. "Don't bring personal issues into the office. Get to your desk and start the reports." I nodded and sat down. Sophie, the quiet girl across from me, leaned forward. "You okay?" she whispered. "No," I admitted. "But I'm trying." She nodded softly. "If you need help with files, tell me." I appreciated it more than she knew. During lunch, I stepped outside to breathe. That's when I heard familiar voices behind the building. Lucas's voice. My stomach dropped. "Bro, he actually cried," he bragged to his friends. Someone laughed. "Seriously?" "Yeah," Lucas said. "He's always been a weak loser." Mia finally saw it. I froze. The heat in my chest burned harder than anything I had felt. Weak loser. That's what my own brother called me. I wasn't sure if the wind stung my eyes or if tears were coming again, but I forced myself to walk away before anyone saw my face. When I returned to my desk, Ava messaged me, "Hey, let's talk later, okay? Don't lock yourself in your head." I replied, "I'm trying." But trying felt impossible. That evening when I finally went home, everything felt heavier. I tossed my bag on the floor and sat on the couch, staring at nothing. I didn't know how long I stayed like that before a knock hit the door. I opened it and froze. Mia stood there holding a small box. "What do you want?" I asked, my voice barely steady. "I came to return your things," she said. Her tone was cold, too controlled. "You could have left it at the door." "Ethan, don't be childish," she said, stepping closer. "Don't call me that," I snapped. "You lost the right." She sighed. "Can I come in for a minute?" "No. Please. It won't take long." Against my better judgment, I moved aside. She walked in like she still belonged there. The smell of her perfume hit me and my heart twisted painfully. She placed the box on the table. "These were yours," she said. "Old photos, notes, stuff you probably don't need anymore." I looked at the box, then at her. "Why are you really here, Mia?" She hesitated but then spoke. "I thought it'd be easier to talk face to face. We were together for years. And you threw it away in one night," I said. She crossed her arms. "Ethan, don't make me the villain. You know we weren't working." "That's news to me," I said. "I thought we were fine." "You thought," she repeated. "But you never acted like a man with goals." "I was working on my goals," I argued. "Just not the flashy ones Lucas has." She looked away. "I don't love you the way you loved me. I never did. I cared about you, but love? No." My breath caught. "You could have told me instead of humiliating me." Her voice sharpened. "I chose what was best for me. Lucas has a future I want." "Then why are you here?" I demanded. "To end things properly," she said. "To be honest before moving on." I laughed bitterly. "Honest? Now?" She frowned. "You're being dramatic. And you're being cruel." We stared at each other in silence. Then she grabbed her bag. "Goodbye, Ethan. I hope you heal or whatever." When she left, the apartment felt colder than before. I shut the door gently because slamming it felt too final, too violent for the pain inside me. I stood there with my forehead against the wood, breathing shakily until the first tear fell. Then another. And another. I slid down to the floor, unable to stop myself. "Why?" I whispered. Why wasn't I enough? My chest felt ripped open as everything crashed down again. Her betrayal, Lucas's laugh, her final confession. The person I trusted most stabbed me the deepest, and she didn't even look guilty. Ava called me minutes later, but I couldn't speak. I just let the phone ring until it stopped. I held the little box Mia left and opened it slowly. Inside were photos of us smiling, notes I'd written, small gifts I'd saved for her. I touched one picture and felt my throat tighten. Every memory hurt. Every smile felt fake now. "I don't know how to move on," I whispered. But somehow I knew I had to. I woke up one morning with my heart pounding like I'd been running in my sleep. I dragged myself to the bathroom, switched on the light, and stared at the mirror. The man looking back at me didn't feel like me. My eyes were sunken. My face looked older. My shoulders slumped as if someone had been stacking bricks on top of them for weeks. What happened to you? I whispered to my reflection. When did you break like this? I gripped the sink hard. I can't keep living like this, I muttered. I won't beg. I won't chase. I won't cry anymore. Not for them. My voice steadied. It ends now. I wiped my face, got dressed, and marched to work like a different version of myself. Still hurt, still shaking inside, but determined. The moment I reached the office, I walked straight to Mr. Grant's desk. He raised an eyebrow. You need something, Ethan? Yes, I said. Give me more work. He blinked. More? Extra responsibilities. Harder tasks. Anything you have. He narrowed his eyes. Why? Because I need to grow, I said. I can handle it. After a long pause, he nodded. Fine. Don't make me regret it. When I turned to leave, someone scoffed behind me. Daniel, sharp jawline, sharp tongue, and always competitive, leaned back in his chair. Well, he said. Didn't think you had the guts to ask for more. I frowned. What's that supposed to mean? He shrugged. Lucas always said you were too soft. Guess that wasn't true. I stiffened. You know my brother? Daniel smirked. Everyone knows him. I just don't like him. Why? He tried to sabotage my promotion last year, Daniel said. So trust me, I enjoy watching him fail. I muttered, that makes two of us, and walked away. But as days passed, Daniel kept showing up when I least expected it. One afternoon he saw me drowning in files and said, move over. I'll help with the stats. You'll mess them up if you rush. I raised an eyebrow. Why are you helping me? He shrugged. Because watching you improve will piss Lucas off. That's motivation enough. I couldn't help a small laugh. Fair enough. Work became intense. I came early. I stayed late. And for the first time in weeks, the pain felt manageable. Ava noticed the change instantly. What happened to you? She asked one evening. I made a choice, I said. What kind of choice? To rebuild myself. She smiled softly. Finally. She dragged me to the gym with her the next day. I lasted 7 minutes before collapsing on the floor. Ava laughed. Get up. You're not dying. I might be, I groaned. Nope, she said, pulling my arm. You're living. Now move. The first week was torture. Every muscle hurt. I complained. She ignored me. But slowly my breathing improved. My posture straightened. I stopped shaking when someone mentioned Lucas or Mia. One night after a long workout, Ava sat next to me on a bench outside. You look different, she said. How? You look alive again. I exhaled. I didn't think I'd ever feel that. She nudged me. Pain doesn't mean you're dead. It means you're changing. I stared at the sky. Ava, did I do something wrong? Was I really that soft? She shook her head. Ethan, you weren't soft. You were kind. They abused that kindness. I clenched my jaw. I won't let anyone do that again. Day by day, I felt pieces of myself returning. Not the old me. A new version, sharper, focused, quieter. Daniel noticed it too. You're not shaking anymore, he said one morning. Am I supposed to be proud of that? I asked. He shrugged. Yeah. It means you're getting stronger. I smirked. Maybe. At home, I avoided social media. But every once in a while, someone sent me screenshots, Lucas and Mia posting pictures in restaurants, at hotels, in designer clothes. A small ache always hit my chest, but it didn't destroy me anymore. One day, Ava asked, do you want revenge? I shook my head. No. Revenge feels cheap. So what do you want? I want to become someone I'm proud of. And them? She asked quietly. I looked ahead, calm for the first time. Life will deal with them. I don't need to. Ava smiled. That's the real you talking. No, I said. It's the new me. In that moment, I realized something important. Lucas and Mia didn't break me. They forced me to rebuild. And this time, I wasn't building for them. I was building for me. I first noticed something was off when Ava asked, have you seen Lucas's new posts? They look forced. I shrugged. I don't follow him anymore. Well, he's posting less. And Mia looked stressed. I'm not interested, I replied, but a part of me wondered. At work, Sophie approached me cautiously. Can I tell you something? Yeah, what's wrong? She lowered her voice. I heard Lucas at the bank yesterday. He was yelling. Something about a bad investment. I blinked. Yelling? Lucas. Yes. He sounded desperate. I let out a slow breath. So the cracks are real. Are you okay hearing that? She asked. I'm fine. Life moves how it moves. Later in the break room, Daniel smirked and nudged me. Your old buddy made a terrible investment. Word is he bet big and lost big. I figured something like that would happen. Man's pride was bigger than his wallet, he said. But you've been grinding. Mr. Grant noticed. I'm trying, I said. Trying is all I have. That evening, Uncle Ray called me. How's work? Busy. Good busy. You sound steady, he said. Good. Now listen, the market's shifting. If you're smart, you can position yourself well. Want guidance? I do, I answered. I want to keep growing. That's the spirit. I'll send you a plan. The next day at the office, Mr. Grant stopped by my desk. You and Daniel are leading the Henderson project. I trust both of you. Daniel raised a brow. Look at you. From silent guy to project lead. I guess hard work pays off. It does, he said. Let's make this one flawless. We spent hours preparing strategies, bouncing ideas back and forth. Daniel clapped my shoulder. You've changed, man. You're sharper now. I had to change, I replied. As days passed, I noticed more signs of Lucas's downfall. Fewer flashy photos. No vacations. No designer clothes. Only vague quotes about staying strong. One afternoon, Sophie whispered, I think Lucas tried to get a loan today. He left the bank looking furious. I just nodded. He made choices. Choices have consequences. That night, as I walked past a cafe, I stopped. A familiar car was parked outside. Inside, Mia sat alone, head buried in her hands. Her shoulders trembled. For a moment, something old inside me stirred. But then she lifted her eyes, and froze when she saw me. She mouthed, "Hey." I simply nodded and walked past. My heart didn't pull anymore. It stayed quiet, peaceful. The next morning, Ava called. You okay? I heard you saw Mia. Yeah, I said. She was crying. And you didn't go to her? No. There's nothing for me there anymore. Ava exhaled. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of me too, I admitted. During lunch, Daniel leaned in. You hear about Lucas? Heard a lot. What's new? He owes serious money. Rumor is he invested in a crypto project that crashed. I raised an eyebrow. And now he's begging people. I almost laughed. He used to laugh at people like that. Yeah, karma's got a good memory. Later, Mr. Grant called me into his office. Lucas was already inside pacing. His face was red, hair messy, shirt wrinkled. Please, sir, Lucas said. Just a short-term loan. I'll pay it back. Mr. Grant's expression didn't change. I run a company, not a charity. Lucas looked at me then, eyes wide, almost desperate. Yo, can you talk to him? Tell him I'm good for it. I kept my voice calm. Why would I do that? He stepped closer. Because we were friends. I shook my head. We were something. Not friends. He clenched his jaw. You're really not going to help? No. I have no reason to. Mr. Grant pointed at the door. Lucas, leave before you embarrass yourself further. Lucas muttered something under his breath and stormed out, slamming the door. Mr. Grant sighed. That boy destroyed his own stability. He did, I agreed softly. Walking out of the office, I saw Lucas in the hallway, hands shaking as he typed furiously on his phone. He didn't look at me. I didn't expect him to. Daniel approached with a grin. You handled that like a king. I just stayed calm. Calm is the new power, Daniel said. Keep it. As I walked back to my desk, I felt something warm spread inside my chest. Growth, confidence, quiet satisfaction. Not revenge. Just peace. Lucas and Mia's perfect life was cracking. And mine was finally beginning. When the news broke, Daniel was the first to say it out loud. He's done, man. Lucas is officially bankrupt. I looked up from my desk. Completely? Car's gone. House sold. Investors flipped on him. It's over. I exhaled slowly. Life moves fast. Sophie approached next, holding her coffee with both hands. I saw a tow truck carrying one of his cars this morning. The expensive one he always bragged about. Honestly, I said, I thought he'd last longer. Daniel snorted. Pride doesn't last when your pockets are empty. I tried to focus on my work, but a part of me wondered how far he had fallen. I didn't expect an answer so soon. That night, as I reached my apartment building, I heard someone shouting my name. Ethan. Ethan, please? I froze. Mia stood at the entrance, eyes swollen, mascara smeared, hair messy like she hadn't slept in days. What are you doing here? I asked quietly. She stumbled toward me. Please? I need to talk to you. About what? She pressed a hand to her chest, voice shaking. Everything. I made a huge mistake. I stayed still. Mia. No, listen, she insisted, sobbing. Lucas, he changed. He used me. He took my money. He screamed at me every day. And when he lost everything, he blamed me and walked out. I clenched my jaw. Why are you telling me? Because I don't know where else to go, she cried. You were the only one who ever treated me right. My throat tightened, but not from love, just from remembering the man I used to be. The man who would have run to comfort her. I wasn't him anymore. She reached for my arm. Please, Ethan. Please let me inside. I just need somewhere to breathe. I stepped back. You can't come in. She froze. What? I'm not opening that door for you. She looked shattered. You hate me. No, I said softly. I don't hate you. But I'm not responsible for fixing what someone else broke. Her voice cracked. I chose wrong. I know that now. I should have stayed with you. That's not how life works, I replied. You made a decision. She wiped her tears aggressively. Please, just talk to me. I don't have anyone. I'm sorry, I said. But I'm not the person you can run to anymore. She hugged herself, trembling. So that's it? You're just walking away? I'm walking forward, I answered. Her breath hitched. Ethan, please. I shook my head and walked inside. I didn't look back, though I heard her crying behind me. Upstairs, Ava called the moment she heard my voice. You sound tense. What happened? Mia showed up. What? At your building? She was waiting at the entrance. What did she want? Ava asked sharply. Everything, I said. Help. Comfort. A second chance. And you? I didn't let her in. Ava exhaled loudly. Good. Ethan, be careful. She's desperate now. I know. Desperate people try to pull others down with them, she warned. Don't let her drag you back into the pain you already crawled out of. I won't, I promised. But my chest still felt tight, not with longing but with the echo of who I used to be. The memories of the nights I begged, the days I cried, the moments I shattered. Later that night my phone buzzed. Mia, please talk to me. Mia, I'm sorry for everything. Mia, I don't know what to do. Mia, please Ethan, please. I didn't reply. 2 minutes later, another text came. Lucas, bro, can we talk? I need help. It's serious. I stared at the screen, surprised he even had the nerve. Then he called. The phone rang and rang. I didn't answer. He tried again. Then Mia called. Then Lucas. Then Mia again. The buzzing felt endless. Ava sent me a message. Block them if you have to. You owe them nothing. She was right. I placed my phone face down and sat on the edge of my bed, breathing deeply. For the first time in a long time, the silence felt like freedom. Lucas and Mia were spiraling. And suddenly they remembered me. But I wasn't the soft, trembling version of myself anymore. I didn't chase. I didn't beg. I didn't save people who once watched me drown. Uncle Ray wiped grease off his hands and glanced toward the door. You expecting someone? No, I said, tightening a bolt on the engine. Why? He nodded toward the entrance. Because someone's been standing there for 5 minutes. I turned and my heart almost stopped. Lucas. He looked nothing like the man who once bragged about expensive suits and flashy cars. His clothes hung loosely on him, his hair was messy, and the dark circles under his eyes made him look older, tired, broken. He stepped forward. Ethan, please don't walk away. I dropped the wrench but didn't move closer. What do you want? He swallowed hard. I need you, bro. I don't have anyone else. Something inside me snapped. You need me now? Now. Ethan, listen. No, I cut him off. Where were you when I needed you? When I begged for answers? When you were laughing with my girlfriend in your car? He opened his mouth but nothing came out. Uncle Ray touched my shoulder. I'll give you boys some space. He walked into the back room. As soon as the door closed, I turned back to Lucas. Say something. Anything. I messed up, he whispered. That's it? That's all you've got? My voice rose. You ruined everything I had. You took Mia. You humiliated me. And now you just show up here asking for help. He wiped his face with a shaky hand. I didn't know who else to come to. That's because you destroyed everyone else, I said. You burned every bridge you ever walked on. He stumbled closer. Ethan, I swear I didn't plan for everything to fall apart. I thought I had control. You thought you were untouchable, I snapped. You thought I was weak. He flinched. I did. So why? I asked. Why did you betray me? Why Mia? Why any of it? He lowered his head. Because I always envied you. I stared at him stunned. Envied me? For what? You were pure-hearted, he whispered. People trusted you. They liked you without you trying. You didn't need money or fame to be important. You had something I never had. I clenched my fist. I had a good life until you destroyed it. I know, he said, tears filling his eyes. And I hate myself for it. I felt something shift inside me, not forgiveness, not sympathy, just clarity. For the first time, I didn't see him as the rich, perfect brother who had everything. I saw a weak, damaged human drowning in his own choices. But that didn't erase what he did. He stepped closer. I need a place to stay. Just for a few days. Please, Ethan. I'm scared. I can't sleep. I can't eat. Everything I built is gone. And whose fault is that? I asked. He didn't answer. Yours, I said. Every piece of it. He broke down, voice trembling. I know. But you're the only family I have left who might still care. That's the thing, I said quietly. You never cared about family. You cared about being better than me. I was wrong, he whispered. No, I said. You were selfish. And you used the one person I loved most as a weapon against me. He slid down the wall, covering his face. Ethan, please, don't leave me like this. My chest tightened, not from pity, but from the weight of everything finally coming full circle. I crouched down just enough to meet his eyes. Do you know what it felt like when you told me to be happy for you and Mia? When you laughed at me? When I cried alone? He sobbed. I was stupid, arrogant. I thought money meant everything. And now you have none. He nodded weakly. Nothing. I have nothing left. I stood up. Then maybe you'll finally understand what you did to me. He reached out, gripping my ankle. Ethan, don't go. I pulled my leg back. I'm not your savior, Lucas, I said. Not anymore. His voice cracked. Please, don't walk away. I turned toward the workshop door. Goodbye, Lucas. He cried harder, calling my name, but I didn't look back. For the first time in years, I walked away from him with steady steps. And I didn't feel guilty. I wasn't expecting to see her that day. I was just leaving the office when I heard someone whisper, Ethan, please. I turned slowly. Mia stood there. Her hair was messy, her eyes swollen, her clothes nothing like the luxury outfits she used to flaunt. She looked tired, scared, and smaller than I remembered. Can we talk? She asked, voice shaking. I nodded once. Say what you came to say. She took a deep breath. I know I look terrible. That's not what matters, I said. But it does to me, she whispered. Because I used to think beauty and comfort were everything. And now? I asked. Now I know how stupid I was. We walked to a quiet bench near the sidewalk. She kept wiping her face with trembling fingers. Ethan, she said, I need to tell you the truth. Everything. I'm listening. She looked down at her hands. Lucas promised me a rich life. A big house. A glamorous future. He said you'd never be able to give me that. I felt the familiar sting, but I let her speak. He bought me things at first, she continued. Took me to fancy places. Showed me off like I was some trophy. But then everything changed. How? I asked. He controlled everything, she whispered. My clothes, my friends, even what I said online. If I posted a photo without his approval, he'd yell. If I didn't compliment him enough, he'd get angry. He kept telling me I was nothing without him. I clenched my jaw. And yet you stayed with him. I was scared, she cried. I thought leaving him would ruin me. And I didn't want to admit I threw away a good man for money. You didn't throw away a good man, I said quietly. You threw away someone who loved you. Her lips trembled. I know. And I regret it every second. There was a long silence before she whispered, Ethan, I still love you. I looked at her, stunned. Why would you say that now? Because it's true, she said, tears falling again. I've been thinking about you every day. About how kind you were. How safe I felt with you. I want another chance. I let out a slow breath. Mia. Please, she begged. I know I hurt you. I know I destroyed everything. But I still love you. I swear I do. I shook my head. Do you even understand what you did to me? I do, she whispered. No, you don't. My voice tightened. I loved you more than myself. I trusted you. I would have given you everything I had. And you threw me away like trash. She covered her mouth as tears poured down. Ethan, I'm so sorry. I was stupid. Blinded. Selfish. I didn't know how much you loved me until I lost you. I looked away. It shouldn't take losing someone to realize their worth. I know, she cried. But I'm begging you. I want to fix things. I want to start over. Mia, I said, I'm not the same man who cried for you. She froze. Does that mean you don't want me? It means I learned something important, I said softly. Love should never feel like begging. She suddenly fell to her knees on the pavement. Ethan, please. Don't do this to me. Don't leave me like this. People walking by stared, but I didn't move. Mia, stand up, I said. This isn't dignity. For either of us. She shook her head. I don't care about dignity. I just want you back. I'm not coming back, I said firmly. She sobbed harder. What? Don't you love me anymore? I loved you, I said. Past tense. She grabbed my hand, shaking. Don't say that. Please don't say that. I gently pulled my hand away. Goodbye, Mia. I turned and walked. Her voice cracked behind me. Ethan, please, don't leave me. Her cries echoed, but they didn't break me like before. When I reached the corner, Ava was waiting, leaning against a street lamp. She looked at my face carefully. You okay? She asked softly. I am, I said, realizing it was true. She smiled, proud. Good. You deserve peace. I looked back once more at the woman who once held my heart. This time I felt nothing. Inside, for the first time in a long time, I felt free. I woke up that morning and didn't feel the familiar ache of loss. No tight chest, no restless thoughts, no shaking hands. Just quiet. Just calm. Ava called as I brewed my coffee. Morning, Ethan. You sound different today. I feel different, I said. Okay. Okay? That's new. I chuckled softly. I've been rebuilding myself. Slowly, steadily. And it's finally sticking. You've changed a lot, she said. I can see it in your voice. I had to, I admitted. I can't rely on anyone to save me. I can't let the past control me. Mia, Lucas, they're gone from my life and I'm better for it. That's good, she said, warmth in her voice. You deserve peace. I poured my coffee and leaned against the counter. You know, I used to measure my worth by what they thought of me. If Mia smiled at me or Lucas acknowledged me, it mattered more than my own happiness. And now I measure myself by the things I accomplish, the life I build, the people I trust. Later that week, I met Uncle Ray at his workshop. How's your portfolio? He asked. Growing, I said. I listened to your advice, invested carefully, and stayed patient. He nodded approvingly. I've watched you change, Ethan. Stronger, smarter, calmer. I had to, I said. I can't go back to being that naive, desperate version of myself. You won't, he said. You've learned. That's more valuable than money. At work, Daniel grinned as I walked past his desk. Look at you, Mr. Investment Guru, he joked. Trading stocks and handling clients like a pro. I've been studying, I admitted. Learning from mistakes, and people who ruined their own lives. He smirked. Including Lucas? Yes, I said, voice calm. Including Lucas. He leaned back in his chair. You're a different man now, Ethan. No one can touch that. I nodded. Exactly. I've stopped caring what others think of me. I'm building my life for me. That evening, Ava and I went for a walk. The sun dipped low, painting the sky in shades of orange and gold. You seem lighter, she said, glancing at me. Like a weight has been lifted. Because it has, I said. I'm no longer chained to the mistakes of the past. To people who betrayed me. To anyone who took advantage of my heart. She smiled. I'm proud of you. I couldn't have done it without you pushing me, keeping me honest, I said. We walked in silence for a few moments, the air crisp around us. Not romantic, not forced. Just peace. I checked my phone later. Lucas's number was still there, but I didn't dial it. His life was scattered across messages I didn't need to read. He moved out of town weeks ago, broke, still bitter. Mia's texts had slowed to occasional confessions of regret. She worked part-time now, living paycheck to paycheck. I didn't pity her. I just accepted that she made her choices, and so did I. I returned to my apartment and sat on the balcony watching the city hum below. The sun rose higher, spilling warmth across the skyline. I thought about the man I used to be, the one who cried in silence, begged for love, lost nights to heartbreak. I thought about the nights I trained, worked, studied, rebuilt myself from nothing. I thought about every failure, every betrayal, every loss. And I realized something. I'm not the same man they broke. Pain changed me. Loss shaped me. And now, I choose myself. I texted Ava, meet me at the park tomorrow? Coffee. She replied immediately, on my way. Proud of you, Ethan. I smiled, setting my phone down. Not pride for their downfall. Not satisfaction from revenge. Just clarity, control, and freedom. I opened my laptop, reviewed my investments, and smiled again. Numbers. Growth. Progress. Real, tangible results that no one could steal from me. I glanced around my apartment. Clean. Organized. Mine. Everything I touched was a reflection of my own effort, my own strength. I stood, stretching, and walked to the window. The sun had fully risen now, golden and promising. I inhaled deeply. The air smelled like opportunity, like life, like a second chance that I had earned. And I walked out of my apartment into that sunrise, feeling whole for the first time in years. Finally in control of my life. Finally healed. Finally free.